Hi everyone, my name is Bailey, and in today's video I'm creating a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, I think that is right, I could be wrong, I kind of forgot, but a very large castle. This is the first castle that I've ever built. I have built fairy tale builds before, but nothing on this scale and nothing in a sort of medieval style, so I don't think that this is the best build I've ever done. I definitely need some more practice in this style, but I'm still really happy with how it turned out. I was inspired by 3 simmers, and I will link all of them down below. They are Aria Faye, Miss Unfortunate, and Erin with a Y. They build absolutely gorgeous castles, and they do it all the time too. This took me many days to do because I was just getting tired and out of steam, but they build castles all the time, and they're always so beautiful, so definitely check them out, especially if you do like fantasy builds. Little side note, I know that Miss Unfortunate is very close to being eligible for monetization, and I would love if we could help her out. You have to get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in order to monetize your videos, so I think she's really close, and I would love to see her be monetized this year. I think she definitely deserves it. Anyway, right now we are working on the roofing and the overall shape of the castle. I think this was the part that I struggled with the most. I did struggle with the interior a lot too because I didn't know what style I wanted to go with. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make something more realistic or something more fantasy-like, and Pinterest wasn't really of much help. Whenever I looked up castle interiors, I was getting pictures of, I guess what you would describe as French chateaus, I'm not sure, but they were super grand, marble flooring, chandeliers, all that kind of stuff, and that wasn't the aesthetic that I was going for, so I kind of winged the interior. It is kind of fantasy, kind of medieval. It's my own style. Hopefully you guys do like it. But for the exterior, I just wanted to make it look as tall as possible, and I did have a bit of a hard time because I thought that we were able to build 5 stories, but apparently we're only able to build 4, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I had planned to add 1 spire that was taller than the rest, and that didn't work out because of the restrictions we have in build mode, so I just tried to make it work. I added a lot of octagonals and tall roof pieces, and I think it looks nice in the end. I think that the thumbnail for this video is really cute. I don't know, I just always worry about how my thumbnails look because there are lots of people who are amazing at creating thumbnails, and I feel like I'm not so good, and I feel like it does affect my view count. I don't really know, but I just know a lot of people who are amazing at it, and I want to be like that, so I've definitely been trying, but I still don't think that I have an eye for it or anything, so it's something that I'll definitely need to work on. But now you can see that I'm doing some terrain manipulation, and here I kept in a very small clip because it was really repetitive of me using the tool mod. I have never used the tool mod before. I have been so scared to use it. I just had a feeling that my little brain wasn't going to be able to figure it out. But once I got into it and once I fiddled around with it, it was actually really easy. So if you guys are nervous about using the tool mod, I would just say try it. I know it's a little bit annoying to have to go into live mode to be able to use it, but in the end it was really useful, especially because I wanted to create a sort of hillside for this build. It really ended up changing. Originally I wanted to go with like a very small hill, but then in the screenshots you'll see that I went for a mountain with like some jagged rocks. It was a little bit weird. It wasn't something that I was planning on doing, but it was definitely nice to be able to sink the rocks to the ground instead of having them floating, and I also did it for some plants as well. It just looks better, and I'm totally going to be using it from now on in my builds whenever I can. But now we're on to the interior. So this home has 5 bedrooms. I was thinking that a very large family lives here, so there are some grandparents that live here, and then the grandparents have 2 sons, and they live here with both of their wives, and then I was thinking that each couple has a child themselves, so there are 2 children's bedrooms and then 3 master bedrooms, I guess you could say, where 2 people can sleep. I didn't think too much about their personalities except for the fact that in this weird world that I kind of created, like this fantasy world, this would be where the king of the city lives, and his brother also lives with him. Like I said, he is the younger brother, and he is very jealous that he wasn't able to become king, so you'll see that his room is the last one that I decorate, It's black and red. It's kind of ominous and mysterious, and I thought that he's very jealous and he's definitely into the dark arts. So I'm not saying that he's scheming to kill his brother, but I'm also not saying that he's not. I don't know. I think he just really wants to become king. He is desperate for power. Maybe when they were kids, the oldest brother was just always treated so much better. By the way, I know that there has been some discussion and speculation recently about us getting a Sims 4 medieval pack, like how we got, was it the Sims 3 medieval or was it just the Sims medieval? I don't know, but there is a medieval, not pack, but like spin-off game within the Sims franchise. I never played it and I don't know much about it, so you'll have to excuse me, but I would definitely like a medieval pack in The Sims 4. I can imagine the items already. I think it would be so much fun to build with and also to play with. Can you imagine the world that would come with a medieval pack? I don't know, I'm just really excited for new content, especially expansions and game packs. Not gonna lie, I feel like I build in the same 3 worlds every single time I open the game, so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting some new worlds this year. Also, have you guys watched any game changer videos on the paranormal pack yet? I haven't been this excited for a stuff pack in a very long time because there's so many items in that pack that look really gorgeous and look like I would use them a bunch, whether I was building a family home or a gothic home or just really any style. It looks like it would fit so well, especially with my aesthetic. I really like vintage things and all of that, so I'm definitely going to be purchasing it, hopefully soon, hopefully around the date that it comes out. I really want to do a build of the Sally house. If you don't know what that is, it is a real life haunted house. I've seen a couple people build it in The Sims, but I want to put my own spin on it. So yeah, look out for that in the future. Maybe not my next video though, because I know that I have a couple of other builds that I have been working on that I do want to come out before that, because I never like when I have certain builds in the same order. Like, this is a more fantasy build, so I want to do a normal build before I do something haunted, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't like having builds in a row of the same style. Also, I do want to apologize that my last 2 videos were shorts. They were only a minute long, and I didn't mean to upload 2 in a row, but that's just how it happened because my last short was a collab with one of my friends, so that's just how it happened. I really wanted to get this video out before then, but it didn't end up working out because I just messed up the voiceover so bad. If you can't tell, I am a little bit sick. I have kind of a story to go along with it. If you watched my base game only build that I did a few days ago, maybe about a week ago at this point, I told you about my COVID scare, how I went out for like the first time in a couple of months, and just my luck, I was in contact with someone who had COVID, so I was really paranoid that I had it, blah blah blah. A couple of days went by and I became a little bit sick, so I was even more paranoid than before, and I had to go to my doctor. This might be a little bit too much information, but I am working on getting some anxiety medication, which means that I have to go back and forth and tell my doctor about how I'm doing and if they want to up the dosage, like all that kind of stuff. It just means that I have to go to the doctor quite a bit. So I go to the doctor and I have to tell them about my symptoms and things like that that could relate to COVID, just to be on the safe side. And they actually didn't let me in the building. They had to do everything from the car. And originally my doctor was like, you probably don't have it, you'll be good. Spoiler alert, I don't have it. I'm completely fine. But I thought that I was good. It was very relieving. And then he told me that I was going to have to take a COVID test just in case. And from what I've heard that this is like the worst thing ever. It's the most painful thing. So I was very nervous. If you don't know, they basically put a stick up both your nostrils to see if you have it or not. I don't know why that's the way they do it, but that's just how it works. I'm not going to pretend like I know the science behind it, but my dad told me a story of how someone he knew was getting a test and he was in his car. It was like a drive-through COVID test thing, and something happened where I don't know if they put it too far back or what, but he ended up passing out. So I was worried that I was gonna pass out. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but it was like the easiest thing ever. I don't know why people have been telling me that it's so terrible. I feel like on social media, people say that it's really bad, but it was actually pretty simple, and I am such a wimp when it comes to stuff like that. So if you're worried about taking the test, Just know if I can do it, you can 100% do it. Don't be worried about it too much. But yeah, that's kind of why this video didn't go up a couple of days ago, because my voice sounded like a 12-year-old boy's. So I wasn't very happy with putting that out on the internet, so I decided to just wait. And since this is a longer build, although I did cut a lot of this out, but I wasn't sure what I was going to say for this voiceover, so I'm actually kind of happy that I gave myself a little bit more time. I still think that my voice isn't fully back to normal, so you'll have to excuse me for that. I'm very sorry, although I am around myself all of the time, so I know what my voice sounds like normally. Maybe you aren't very used to hearing my voice, but anyway, that's enough of that discussion. We are finishing the second floor right now. I forgot to say that I didn't furnish all of this build because I wasn't sure what to add. So there is a little outer ring on the first floor that is sort of, it's basically for aesthetics. It is a outer wall to protect the castle, but I couldn't really think of what to put in it, so I just left it blank. Realistically, would a castle be very decorated and cluttered? Not really, so I don't mind that I left that part blank. You can add some beds or maybe some storage into that part if you do want to download this. I will warn you though that this is a little bit laggy because I really went ham with all of the landscaping, and I did furnish all of the rooms except for the outer layer, so maybe I added too many items. I don't really know. I'm not sure what makes a build laggy, but it was lagging my gaming laptop a little bit, so I don't have the nicest PC or anything like that. I think you'll be good unless you're playing on a Chromebook. Maybe then you won't have a very fun experience, but I think you'll be fine. I just wanted to point that out because you can kind of see it in the footage. Because it's sped up, it doesn't really look that apparent, but I think you can see it a little bit. Anyway, this is the little girl's bedroom. I was thinking that the daughter of the king sleeps here. She's a little bit spoiled. I tried to experiment with different wallpapers in this home because, I don't know, I usually am not able to do that. I don't really build many Victorian homes or homes where I can experiment with different wallpapers. I have a couple that I lean towards in every single one of my builds, so I tried to experiment a little bit in this home. I was also very tempted to put a computer on the desk in this room, but in the end, I decided against it to keep it more realistic, so there aren't any TVs or computers in this home. I really don't like putting TVs in my homes, if I'm being honest with you, because when I play, all my Sims do is watch TV. They also like to play with the little clay balls that I add. If there are any tablets, they love the tablets. There are certain things that Sims are so obsessed with. So I didn't include any TVs, but I would say if you do download this home, I would bet that your Sims are pretty rich, so I don't think that it's going to be that much of a problem to go ahead and add a computer. I tried to add computers in every single one of my builds, mainly because a lot of the careers in the game rely on you working from home some of the time and using the computers. But anyway, you can see that right now we are finishing one of the master bedrooms. I included a lot of crystals in that room and plants. I was just trying to make it so that each bedroom had a different theme. And then we are moving on to the evil brother's bedroom. I've never used that bed before. I think maybe I've used it once in a spellcaster's home, but I didn't know that it came in that swatch, and I really like it. It's very over the top, but I like it nonetheless. Anyways, we are actually getting to the end of the video. Very perfect timing because my voice is about to be gone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, thank you so much for the support recently. We hit 100 subs last week, and now we're almost at 500. That's just so crazy. I've had a channel before this, and I think it took me like 6-7 months to get to 500 subs, so just thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be very appreciated, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye!